Hi there, welcome back. Raam Anand here once again from Stardom Box and Authority Influencer. And this video is all about how to create, first of all, identify and create your own circle of influence and how to grow your circle of influence. What do you need to do? There are 3 action steps that I want to teach you in this video. First of all, let's define what is a circle of influence. Every person has a circle of influence based on their interaction with people, based on what they do, their life work, their profession, and their idea about how to get other people involved in their business or profession or work that they do. And everybody needs influence. And influence is not obtained overnight. We will have to work for this, work towards gaining more influence and trust. When you have influence, you gain trust of people, and when you have trust, you can do business with people, you can interact with people, you can not only do business, you can also build relationships. Relationships are built on trust, aren't they? So now, how do you think about creating this circle of influence, and how do you what are the 3 steps involved that I teach my first time authors, because we work with first time authors. And when we think about writing and publishing their book, for example, so we need to know what is their circle of influence and how to expand the circle of influence so that they can reach more people, or maybe they can drive more book sales perhaps, or maybe they have something as a back end to the book that they need more attention. So when you seek attention, you are seeking actually influence. But when you don't have influence, you don't get attention in the first place. All right. So I have a few ideas here and a few action steps here that I want to share with you today. The first thing about your circle of influence, or how to identify a circle of influence, is by doing this exercise, which is about your audience. And when you think about your audience, I want you to think about their problems and their frustrations. Their problems and their frustrations. What do I mean by that? See, when our writers work with our authors, they ask this question all the time, like, what is the topic of the book? What is your core message? And one way, and one of the best ways actually to arrive at that, is by understanding your audience, isn't it? And when you want to understand your audience, it's not just the psychographics and demographics of where they live and what is their age group, what is their gender, what is that mix, and all these things. It is also important to understand what are their problems, what keeps them awake at 3 a.m. in the morning, what issues they are going that are trying to handle right now, what are their biggest concerns right now, and what are their frustrations right now, what causes frustrations for them. So they are seeking solutions to these frustrations. So first of all, what are their frustrations? What keeps them awake at 3 a.m. in the morning? What are they struggling with in their life? It could be in their profession, it could be in their business, it could be in generally what they are trying to solve, and going through that, the pain points, if you want to call it that way. So these are all the pain points that your audience is going through. Make a list of all these pain points so that you have a better and deeper understanding of your audience. And the next point that you want to think about is, what are the questions they are asking right now? What questions are they asking right now? What do I mean by that? Very simple. When you go to Google or your favorite search engine, you start typing how to, and suddenly Google will start giving you how to do something based on your previous search or based on your track record that they have. Of course, today nobody has any privacy. So they will start giving you how to do something, how to teach something, how to say it, how to get things done. So these are the questions that you may be asking, like that. What are the questions that your audience are asking, your patients are asking, your students are asking, your trainees are asking, So it could be your customers. What are they asking? Maybe your prospects. Maybe they're not even your customers. Maybe they are your prospects. They are asking a lot of questions. So how do you find out what questions they are asking? Very simple. Survey. Like one way is to conduct a survey. One way is to conduct your best customers. What are the issues? What are the problems? What are the concerns? What are the questions they are asking? Another way, if you don't already have customers, is to go online and find out. Maybe you can go and find a lot of questions people are asking on specific topics at Quora.com, Quora.com, or answers.com. There used to be a website called answers.com, Quora.com. These are some websites where people go and ask questions, and there are other people who come and answer those questions. And by going and researching your topic there, then you can list out all the common questions that people are asking, all the hot questions that people are asking. That may not be a very interesting question for you to answer though, but these are the questions that people are asking, and that's what they want to know. So when you want to expand your influence, you must answer the questions that people are asking. And how do you know these questions? You go and find out, or you go and ask. Or you can also ask other experts, like what are the, in your topic, what are the questions that they commonly get asked, like frequently asked questions about a topic. So there are multiple ways, there are no excuses on this. You can find out at least 20 to 50 top questions that anyone is asking in your topic. It need not be you, it could be anyone. They could be asking questions to anyone. Next step is to understand what solutions are available. What are the problems? What are the questions people are asking? What solutions are already available? Little research. This means it could also be your competitors, like finding out who is offering solutions, who is handling these problems that your audience might have, or the group of people that you want to have an influence on. What are their problems? What questions they are asking, and what solutions are already available, and what solutions are not available yet as well. Maybe there are a few problems for which solutions are available, maybe people don't know. Maybe there are a few problems that solutions are partly available. Maybe there are some problems that don't have any solutions yet. Those are your opportunities, but don't ignore the other two categories as well, because these are, for example, if you know a solution for a simple problem, maybe you provide a solution, and then what happens? You have influence on these people, right? Who do you call as an expert? Someone who knows the classic, someone who knows the what used to work before, how did it all start? Someone who knows the present, what's going on right now, who has updated information, and someone who can also predict the future to a little bit, to some extent. So that is what you call as an expert, isn't it? So if you want to become an expert at any topic, you need to understand the classic, you need to know about the present, you also know about the future, and that's how you also provide solutions, and that is how you gain more influence. And that's what brings us to this last point in this video. How can you really help? How can you help? See, when you understand how you can help, it could be in the form of writing a book, it could be answering questions, it could be doing videos, blog posts, podcasts, courses. You can create and offer courses either for a fee or for free. There are many different ways you can help people. So now you have a very good understanding of what are their questions, what are their problems, what are their frustrations, what are their questions, and what solutions are available, and how you can help them go from point A to point B. And when you do this, the keyword, listen to this, the keyword, consistently. When you do this consistently, you will become an influencer on this topic. You will become an authority on this topic. And then you can also think about writing your own book, coming up with your own podcast, going on a TEDx stage, TED Talk. You can do all sorts of things when you start resonating with the audience, and that's when your circle of influence, first of all, you nurture it, you identify it, nurture it, and then you start growing it to bigger and bigger. And then comes additional or adjacent audiences, for example. So that's how celebrities, that's how top leaders, that's how the top 1% in any industry, that is how they grow their influence, because they are consistent and they take these steps to understand their audience at much deeper levels and start resonating with their problems, frustrations, issues, questions, and provide them answers and solutions. That is the reason why they become the top influencers in their fields, and you can do, my friend. And if you'd like to have more information on this, a step-by-step plan on this, and actually there's a roadmap that I have created for people like you who want to become more influential or become more authoritative in your topic, head over to www.authority-influencer.com and download the one-page PDF roadmap that will walk you through. And of course, there's also a free training. When you download the PDF, go through the roadmap and go through the training, and you will be soon on your way to become the top influencer or an authority in your topic. All the best.